Jay here. I'm here to bring you a review on Dragon Ball Super, episode 24, English dub. At the beginning of this episode, it shows Frieza and Goku, and they're like staring at each other, getting ready to fight because like Frieza is basically challenging Goku to a fight, and they're like looking at each other. So they both they're powered up, and Frieza's like powered up from turning to his final form in the last episode. And out of nowhere, they both just turn off their ki or turn off their power, and they both start walking up to each other, and they're just staring each other down. And out of nowhere, Frieza takes the first swing, and Goku blocks it, and they both start clashing, trying to push each other back and holding each other back, clashing with their elbows and their fists and everything, and just fucking trying to push each other back, just throwing keys at each other. As that's happening, it goes to Jocko, and Jocko's like, "So is that your friend that defeated Frieza?" And Bulma's like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "Is that your husband Vegeta over there?" And he's like, "The infamous Vegeta?" And Bulma's like, "Yeah, that's my husband over there." And then Jocko tries to escape, he tries to go to a ship saying he's out of there, and Bulma pulls him back. So then it goes to Kid Trunks and Goten, and they're on their way to Kami's lookout to tell Dende the plan that's going on to resurrect Piccolo with the Namekian Dragon Balls. And they start talking when they're flying, saying they need to hurry up to Kami's lookout to tell Dende and to hurry up back so they can watch the fight. So going to Dende, at Kami's lookout, he's over Piccolo's dead body, and he's crying, and he's like, "Come on, Goku, you need to beat Frieza, to take revenge on what he's done to Piccolo." And he's crying, saying that he should take revenge and shit. Then it goes back to the fight between Frieza and Goku. So we go back to their fight, and they both start clashing again, and clashing where they're pushing each other back, and then it just makes an explosion of power, and they both get pushed back, and they're not clashed again anymore. And Frieza starts mumbling just going on and on about how he's humiliated, how Goku has beat him in the past, how he needs his revenge, blah blah blah, etc etc etc, blah blah. Bulma, she's like, "Wait a minute," and she starts looking at Jocko, and she's like, "You know what? You kind of look like Frieza." And then everybody's like, "Oh, maybe he works for Frieza." And then Jocko screams like, "Are you people crazy?" So going back to Frieza, he starts saying he hates Goku, he hates his voice, he hates everything about him. And Goku's like, "Well, why don't you shut up and let's fight?" And Frieza's like, "Okay, I'll give you what you want. Alright, I've been pushing this long enough. Let's start the fight." And then he starts sending a blast at Goku, here goes a blast. And instead of aiming it for Goku, he aims it for Krillin, the fucking dude he killed back in the Frieza saga in Dragon Ball Z. And Goku just he just fucking aims toward fucking Krillin and saves him from fucking being destroyed by Frieza again. He just whacks his fucking ki blast out the way. So Goku gets distracted from saving Krillin's ass, and when he gets distracted, Frieza takes his chance and just runs up to fucking Goku, uppercuts him, slams him down, kicks him down to the floor, grabs his hair, starts fucking him up, and just starts fucking Goku up, pulling his hair like a little bitch, doing a bunch of shit. He cheap shot at Goku. He got him on his blind side, where Goku put all his power down and just went to go save fucking Krillin. So while Goku and Vegeta are fighting, Gohan and Krillin are looking up at the fight and they can't follow the movement, so they're like kind of lost. And Krillin's like, yeah, you too, Gohan? Like, you can't see their movements either? So they're both blinded. Then it goes to Jocko, and Jocko's like following their movements like without no problem. And Bulma's like, you can follow their movements? Well, at least you got good eyesight. And Jocko was like, well, don't insult my eyesight or whatever. So and then Goku starts turning the fight around. Like he starts fucking punching Frieza in the gut, and then when he punched like Frieza in the gut, like in the stomach area, Frieza went flying back, and then he starts like powering up like a blast, and like he starts telling Goku think quickly. Then he sends like away from Goku, it sends it blasting toward fucking Bulma and Jocko, and they're screaming, and like Goku's like screaming about to go save him, but just before he like about to do that, Frieza like kicks him down to the ground, and like he goes flying down. Then fucking Vegeta comes out of nowhere and saves Jocko and Bulma, like stops the fucking ki blast or the blast that Frieza sent. Then Frieza starts like diving down to like clash into Goku. Then Goku flies up and like starts like going head first to fucking Frieza, and they're like headbutting each other, but like I don't know, like trying to push each other back with their heads. And then like Goku goes past fucking like Frieza while they're headbutting. Like they're not headbutting anymore, but they just like got undone being like headbutted and shit, like headbutting. And like Goku grabs fucking Frieza's tail and tells him like, stop doing that dirty shit. Like, stop, you're fighting me. Stop trying to kill my friends. And Frieza's like, no, I'll do anything to win. Even like dirty tricks or whatever. Like, I'm doing anything to get my revenge. Then they both start brawling again. And then Frieza tries to go after fucking Goku's eyes, but he blocks and he's like, oh, you try to go after my eyes. That's a dirty move, Frieza. Then they like back off of each other, start shooting a bunch of blasts at each other, like ki blasts, and then they start brawling again, and out of nowhere, Vegeta just kicks fucking Goku in the back. And Goku was like, what was that for, Vegeta? Vegeta starts saying like, stop it, you clown. And Goku's like, what are you talking about? I don't get it. What are you talking about? And Vegeta just charges at Goku and starts like fighting him, like out of nowhere, just fucking fighting him, and Goku just trying to block it and like confused, like what's going on? Like why are you doing this? And like on the sideline, they're like discussing with each other, like, oh, maybe Vegeta, like he's turned to the bad side again. Like out of all this whole time, he's like going to his old master, and his old master is Frieza, by the way, because he was raised by him. Anyways, and they start saying like, yeah, maybe he's turned, and Bulma's like, that's my husband you're talking about. And Gohan and Krillin walk up like, no, Vegeta's one of us. He wouldn't do that. So I think he's doing this for a reason, or he has a plan or something. Krillin's like, well, if he has a plan, it's too smart, because I don't get it. So, and then Frieza stops the fight with a ki blast between Goku and Vegeta. That fight, he stops the fight, and he starts telling Vegeta like, did you realize you're on the losing side and you want to come back to your old master? And Vegeta just starts clapping. He's like, at first Frieza was like, being all like, yeah, I'll take that as a compliment. Yeah, thank you, Vegeta. But then Vegeta just kept going. And then Frieza's like, I appreciate the applause and all, but you need to stop. It's hurting my ears. I can't stand it. And Vegeta's just like, Then Vegeta stops clapping and he starts telling Frieza, like, you have the nerve to come to my fucking planet and tell me about your revenge? You need to just shut up. And then Frieza's like, no one talks to me like that. And then fucking Vegeta just starts exploding with his power, like letting off a little bit of his power. And he starts screaming like, you start fighting with your training wheels on and not fighting with your full power, I'll kick the hell out of both of you guys. And then Goku's like, oh, so that's what you're mad about? I thought it was way worse. And Vegeta kept going on like, I didn't stop my training to come here to sit on the sidelines. And Frieza's like, so that's why you're mad? That's why you're doing this? And Frieza starts going on and on how he likes how he kept Vegeta as his pet, and how he would have liked it if he came on his side and all that shit. And Vegeta's like, well, I used you, Frieza. And Frieza's like, whatever helps you sleep at night. Just as long as you don't interfere with the fight between me and Goku. So Vegeta agrees and he's like, fine, I'll give you guys more time to fight, but don't bullshit me. So and then Goku's like, so I kind of messed up not using my full power against you. So I'm gonna use my full power, and I'm not gonna make Vegeta mad again. So yeah, I'm gonna use my full power. So let's go. So after Goku agrees to use his full power against like Frieza tells him like, you first. And Goku's like, I don't wanna like discourage you or nothing, like, are you sure? And he's like, okay, I'll show you first then, Frieza. And then he starts powering up, and then it starts like making like it's pressure around Goku, like it did like a gust of wind. And he starts powering up, and while Goku's focusing on trying to power up, Frieza out of nowhere sticks up his finger, getting ready like to shoot like his death beam. And Goku's like, you know I can sense that, so stop it. And Frieza's like, well, I tried. So and then Goku starts getting like the Super Saiyan aura around him, and he starts powering up more. And out of nowhere, his whole body turns blue, and little by little, it's ripple, like the power is just rippling like around his like body, just showing like bits of his body. And out of nowhere, like he just transforms into Super Saiyan blue. Like his hair's blue, and he's Super Saiyan blue, Super Saiyan God, but Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. It's confusing, but the short term for Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan is Super Saiyan blue. So once Goku was done transforming into a Super Saiyan blue, and he was standing right in front of Frieza, Frieza was like, that's a form. So what is this? Super Saiyan with blue hair dye? And Goku was like, no, I don't think you have the patience for the entire story, but I got a taste of some power or transformation called Super Saiyan God. And what this is it's Super Saiyan God, but I tapped into it my own self. So basically this is Super Saiyan God, but the Super Saiyan level of Super Saiyan God. So Super Saiyan Blue is the Super Saiyan of Super Saiyan God. So when he was Super Saiyan God, he was just base form, but Super Saiyan God. So he learned how to turn Super Saiyan, why Super Saiyan God, and it turned blue. So it's basically a Super Saiyan for Super Saiyan God. It's fucking confusing, but yeah, that's how it is. And then Frieza's like, damn, you need to work on your like presentation or whatever, because I nearly bit my tongue trying to say all that. And Goku's like, yeah, you're gonna taste my real power. It's your turn. And then the episode ends. So this episode was dope. It had action, it had comedy here and there, and you know, it revealed Super Saiyan Blue. This episode was dope. I really liked it. I enjoyed watching it, and man, I can't wait to see more because it's been really like dope to see Dragon Ball Super in English. So yeah, I'm Jay, and this is my review on Dragon Ball Super episode 24 English dub. Thank you for watching.